Hello again, and sorry I haven't published a video for a while. Haven't been able to get any recordings and haven't managed to have time to cut some together. This is a game that was played a few months back. I've only just got a chance to cut it together. So as per usual, myself Blair against William once again. For the Rebels we have Corin Horn with Push the Limit, R5, P9 and Fire Control Systems. Tycho with PTL, A-Wing Test Pilot, Charter Refit and Expert Handling, and Jake Farrell with Push the Limit, A-Wing Test Pilot, Charter Refit and Predator. William for the Imperials will have the Bounty Hunter with Recon Specialist and Iron Cannon, and then we have a pair of Sigma Squadron Pilots with Tactician, Enhanced Scopes and Sidium Particle Accelerator. Made a few additions to my filming, just speeding up the activation phase, as you'll see, as we'll just go into that now. So as I mentioned, just sped up during the activation phase. So here we have the two Sigma Squadron Pilots just using their enhanced scopes to move first, and just obviously both of them just doing a 3-turn and 3-bank respectively, and cloaking. And then we have the Bounty Hunter just making a 1-straight with so it'll be a focus with Recon Specialist for a couple of focus. And then obviously we have Jake Farrell doing a 5-straight, followed by a focus to barrel roll as per his special ability, followed by a boost with Push the Limit, so just getting stress. And then we have Tycho just doing a 5-straight and just deciding what to do for his actions. Ends up taking a focus and barrel roll as well from Expert Handling, and getting 2 stress for his troubles, but doesn't seem to worry Tycho too much. And then we have Corin Horn just chat up with a focus. Unfortunately didn't manage to get within range, so just Jake Farrell shooting this turn with a couple of hits, but rolling three eyeballs, so the Bounty Hunter gets to survive this one. The Bounty Hunter will obviously return fire at range 3 at Jake, rolling his 3 attack dice, just scoring the 1 hit, 2 hits there, but Jake managing to roll an eyeball and a dodge and spending his focus as well. So no damage in the first round. So we're on to the next activation phase. Once again sped up. So we have the Decloak and Particle Accelerator giving a free evade, and just taking the focus for his action. And again, once again decloaking and just doing a 3-bank, getting a free evade and taking a focus for the action. And then we have the Bounty Hunter doing a straight maneuver, attempting to block, I believe. And here we have successfully blocking Jake Farrell there, so obviously de-stressing, but not getting any actions and no shots this turn. And then we have Corin Horn just doing a gentle 1-bank, just deciding to turtle up in front of the Bounty Hunter at range 1, so we have an evade and a focus. And then Tycho just doing 2 straight, so getting rid of 1 stress, but not really an issue for him for the stress. So he decides to take a focus and an evade as well, and just get another stress there. So moving on to firing, so we have Corin Horn here at range 1 at the Bounty Hunter. So he has just rolled 3 straight hits, and as for Will, just excuse me, deciding to taking some damage there, and just checking with the laser there to see whether or not Corin Horn has a shot on the Bounty Hunter. Sorry, that's Tycho on the Bounty Hunter, and he does, but at range 2 on the angle, manages to land a couple of hits, but a couple of dodges there from Will, from the Bounty Hunter, so no damage getting through there. So looks like we've got no range for Jake Farrell. So we have the first Phantom shooting at Tycho and rolling 3 damage, with Tycho getting, I think it was a couple of evades, and just deciding to spend his evade token. So still got a focus left. And with the second Phantom out of range, play moves on to the Bounty Hunter. The Bounty Hunter, Will just deciding whether or not he wants to use the Iron Cannon or just regular guns, range 1 against Curran. In the end, I believe, just decides to go with the primary weapons and 4 dice. So manages to roll 3 hits with his focus, and then in the end, Curran deciding to use his focus and his evade to dodge all 3. And then Curran Horn deciding to use his double tap to shoot back, and in the end just manages to roll the 3 hits, and that's been 2 dodges from Will on that one, just taking the shield off. So here we have back to the next activation phase. So we have the first Phantom just doing 4 straight, followed by a barrel roll to try and block some manoeuvres and box the rest of my team in. And then the second Phantom just doing a 2 straight and a barrel roll, again trying to create a screen to get arcs on all of my ships. And then the Bounty Hunter just doing a 3 bank, just moving Curran Horn there to get him out of the way, and just obviously taking the double focus for the Bounty Hunter. We have Jake Farrell just doing a tight turn there, and just going to do a boost, and then focus to do a barrel roll to get out of the arc of the first Phantom, and if he's lucky, maybe have the other Phantom not roll so well against him. Fortunately, in doing so, Tycho manages to bump, didn't quite manage to roll Jake far enough, so he's without action, but again I believe just out of arc of the first Phantom, hopefully. Here we have Curran Horn just doing a 1 forward, and then barrel rolling to jump out of arc of the Bounty Hunter. So obviously having shot last time, Curran Horn can't shoot again this turn. So here we have Tycho at range 2, and he's didn't score any hits. And then here we have Jake at range 1 with Predator re-rolling, and managing to sneak a damage through, unfortunately for the Phantom. But the Phantom does get to return fire, so obviously the first Phantom there going to be throwing some dice at Curran Horn. Just double checking, I believe it's a range 2 there, yep, and an arc. So and obviously Tactician at range 2 there, giving Curran another stress. So rolling some greens, and but a couple of blanks, and so we've got a couple of dodges, but still have the 4 hits, 2 coming through. So two shields down for Curran, which is not so good. And then we have the second Phantom, obviously trying to focus fire on Curran, just deciding where to shoot. Obviously Tactician's not very good against Tycho in this instance, and Jake Farrell at range 1. So in the end just goes range 1 at Jake Farrell, rolls 4 eyeballs, thankfully for Jake, so only 1 hit, and obviously Jake rolling a dodge, so no damage. So here we have back to the next turn, and the first Phantom just doing a 2 turn, and just taking focus, and then we've got the second Phantom, I believe just taking a cloak token and obviously getting a free evade with his sticky and particle accelerator. And then we have the bounty hunter just doing a 2-turn with his Reek Spec. So here we have Jake Farrell just doing a gentle turn to bank, and then deciding how best to get out of arc of the bounty hunter. So obviously just doing a bit of stress there. So in the end, taking focus to get the free barrel roll, followed by a boost, pushing the limit, and not sure if it manages to squeak into arc of the getting shot on the bounty hunter, but certainly getting out of arc of the bounty hunter itself. There we have Tycho, unfortunately getting blocked by that second Phantom, but thankfully not landing on the rock. And then once again, some very good blocking maneuvers here from Will with the Phantoms. So we have Current Horn shooting 1 stress with his soft 1, but also in range 1 of the second Phantom there. So managing to land 3 hits, but some exceptional barrel rolling from Will there, managing to dodge all 3 hits. So just debating as to whether it's worth changing the fire control systems, and indeed do so. So then we have Tycho rolling a couple of dice at the bounty hunter, rolling a couple of blanks. So no damage coming through there. And then at this point, just double checking to see whether Jake Farrell ends up with a shot, and it's really close, but in the end it looks like decided that he did have a shot. So we've got a couple of hits there, Predator reroll, but manages to squeeze a damage or 2 through, and looks like it's the first hit points on the hull for the bounty hunter there. But now we get to return fire. So just double checking to see whether the first Phantom there has arc on Jake, but does not. So sorry, on Tycho. So only has 1 legal target, which is Jake off in the distance. So rolls his 4 dice and spins his focus, and so does Jake. So no damage dealt there. 2 or 3 shots dodged each. And then we have the so that was obviously a range 3 shots. So once again, Tactician not kicking in for the Phantom. And then we'll have the bounty hunter shooting at Tycho. So just the 3 hits, and then unfortunately for Tycho, it was only 1 dodge. So sorry, it was 0 dodges. It was a focus. So 3 hits going through. So just getting the damage to the shuffle, and that was in fact a crit. So that was Tycho getting 1 shot from the bounty hunter. Not so good for the rebels. But very happy for our Will at this point. So here we have Current Horn using his double tap and fire control systems to score another 4 hits, I believe it was. But Will there managing to avoid some, but I do believe in the end taking at least 3 hits, and 1 being critical. But I don't think it was overly relevant at that point. So on to the next movement. So we have that second Phantom this time moving. He's going to decloak, followed by a 4K. So he'll get himself an evade, and then we'll have the first Phantom doing a 2 bank, just trying to not to block, or actually trying to block, deliberately block the bounty hunter, so that he can keep arc on Current Horn once he flies past. So here we have Jake Farrell. Obviously wasn't anticipating being range 1. He manages to decides to take a straight boost, and but still in that rear firing arc ends up taking a focus, and with the intention of trying to barrel roll, but didn't manage to squeeze in between the bounty hunter and Corrin. So in the end, after much deliberation, decided to not actually end up doing the barrel roll, I believe, just leaving, obviously taking the focus and just putting the stress down, because that was his second action. And then we have Corrin here just doing a two bank right in front of the Phantom, but obviously just deciding to roll off to the side. But he's pretty safe this turn, because Corrin double tapped last turn, so he will not be firing. So there we go, just taking away the Corrin's firing marker. So here we have Jake Farrell rolling 2 hits at range 2, sorry, and unfortunately for Will, managing to get 1 hit through and the last damage on that Phantom. So Tycho go down last turn, and then the first of the Phantoms to go down this round. So it makes it a little bit easier for the rebels. So we have the bounty hunter just deciding whether or not he's got a shot on. He's obviously going to be rolling 4 dice against Jake Farrell, hiding behind there. So he manages to roll not enough damage, obviously getting blocked there. So all those eyeballs that he rolled didn't score any damage. Because we have the Phantom just rolling, remaining cloaked, and deciding to barrel roll. And we have the bounty hunter just doing a 2-turn there, just trying to get a wide arc on whatever Corrin Horn's going to be doing. And then unfortunately for Jake, once again being blocked, so no shots. And here Corrin Horn just doing a K-turn to get some shots. So here we have Corrin Horn at range 2, just shooting at the bounty hunter. So two hits, and managing to spend the focus there to evade or one damage, but that was second hull point for the bounty hunter. So obviously Jake not firing and the Phantom not firing. So this time Will did decide to use the ion cannon, obviously on Corrin, who's stressed, and Corrin unfortunately not managing to evade, so taking damage, and also more importantly taking an ion token there. So and obviously Corrin trying to decide whether or not it's worth going for the double tap. Obviously probably not going to get a shot next turn due to the ion, so he rolls fire control, triggers, and Will manages to dodge 1 more. So, but it was in fact a crit that managed to squeak through, and unfortunately for Will it was a blinded pilot, so he will not be shooting next turn, or next time he would shoot. He sadly will not be shooting. So here we have the first Phantom, the remaining Phantom decloaking, and just barrel rolling, hoping that Corrin will slide into range for him. And obviously poor old Will here just going to get a range 1 shot on Corrin. However, and Corrin will remain stressed, obviously, because he's got a stress, and he's going to do a white 1 from his ion token. However, unfortunately for Will, the bounty hunter will roll 0 dice when attacking this turn. So here we have Jake Farrell just doing a 2-turn, just trying to see if the Phantom's going to have an arc. Can't quite tell. In the end, takes a target lock and a focus, but decides not to barrel roll. Obviously, believing that if I do roll, I'll roll out of arc or not have a shot on the Phantom. So there you have Corrin doing his 1 forward, remaining stressed into the heights of the bounty hunter. But unfortunately, as I said earlier, bounty hunter won't get any shots. So Corrin not shooting. We've got with Jake Farrell rolling hit crit, just not even needing his effects. So unfortunately for Will there, only rolling I think it was an eyeball or only having an evade token, so taking a hit and a crit, so losing both his shields, and indeed not having a shot at Jake Farrell with the Phantom, and obviously Corrin out of range as well, and then the Bounty Hunter rolled 0 dice. So here we are on next manoeuvres. So we have Bounty Hunter hopefully manoeuvring to try and catch Jake Farrell in his sights if he's lucky, and Jake doing a 2-turn there, but and unfortunately for Jake, managing to bump. So once again, some good blocking manoeuvres from Will with the Phantoms. However, we've got Corrin Horn coming into range 1 that can fire against the Bounty Hunter with I believe only three health left. So and obviously a target lock, so he takes the focus. So managing to roll 3 hits and using the target lock, so we've got 4 hits coming through. So when roll, unfortunately for Will, only rolling 1 damage, and certainly a crit coming through as well. And that will be the end of the Bounty Hunter. So we'll not get to fire at Jake Farrell at range 1 without any tokens, and it's looking bad for the Imperials with the Phantom facing the wrong way, and Corrin Horn and Jake Farrell there. So just using the focus token there just to regen a shield for Corrin on R5P9, finally getting some activation out of R5P9. So here we have the Phantom decloaking and then doing a 1-turn, so he'll get his free action for the turn. And then once again, poor old Jake Farrell, he really likes bumping into the Phantoms there. He crashes straight into the Phantom. So here we have Corrin Horn just turtling up there, just take a focus and evade. Obviously with the Phantom having a shot this turn, he's still only got 3 health, but he will shoot first. So he rolls 2 hits and an eyeball, so makes that 3 damage, and Will decides to spend a token, but still taking 1 damage, and going down to his last health point. But there, Will rolling 4 damage, and Corrin hopefully trying to stave off defeat. Manages to roll one dodge and has his dodge token left, so ends up taking a damage and a crit, which once again was blinded pilot for myself this time. So unfortunately for Corrin, he will not be shooting the next time he chooses to shoot. So just some debate, and but in the end do decide to use the Corrin's double tap to roll 0 dice and get rid of the critical effect. So moving on to the next stage there, and so the crit turned face down, but obviously Corrin not going to be shooting this turn. So here we have just moving Jake out of the way, and Will pulling one out of the bag, decides to do a 4K, the Hail Mary on the Phantom, hoping that Jake will fly out of the way, and then Corrin will fly right into range 1, which I so dutifully did for him. So I managed to shed the stress, but obviously smack bang range 1 of the Phantom there. But just deciding what the best options to do are, ends up just turtling up, just because hopefully that'll help me survive against the range 1 shot from the Phantom with no dice modifiers. So obviously Corrin not shooting this turn. Here we have Jake re-rolling with Predator, and 1 hit coming through, but unfortunately for Will, that was two blanks and an eyeball, and that was the last hit point. So Fortunately for Will, it was the end of the game for him. But yeah, in the end, quite a good victory for the Rebels. This was just a game that we had after Nationals, with a couple of relatively fun lists that we'd thrown together just to sort of change it up from Fat Han and the like. So hope you all enjoyed this particular video. If I get any more time, I'll try and throw together some more. But until next time, hope you enjoyed it, and thanks again.